Imagine having your back against the wall with an undetermined future, only to rise above the uncertainties and achieve a breakthrough moment that saved a lifelong and everlasting career from ending. That was the exact feeling Formula One veteran Sergio Perez experienced on this date, December 6th, when he motored his way to his first elusive Grand Prix victory amid a 10-year journey in Formula One competition that also kept him as a competitor for the following years to come. Greetings, race fans and motorsports enthusiasts around the world. My name is Andrew Kim, and this is Retro Motor Vibes, where I highlight anniversary stories and break down motorsports events near and far. Without further ado, let's take a trip down memory lane as today marks the 5th anniversary of when Sergio Perez went from last to first and recorded his first ever Formula One victory in the Sakhir Grand Prix, a victory that would earn him a top-notch seat for the upcoming racing season amid unexpected uncertainties that initially had him left on the sidelines prior to the 2020 season's conclusion. At the start of the 2020 season, Perez, who was entering his 10th season in Formula One, was also about to campaign in his 6th consecutive season driving for the BWT Racing Point F1 team, a team that had been renamed from Sahara Force Indio F1 team since midway from the 2018 season. By then, Perez had inked a 3-year contract extension to remain with the organization through the 2022 season. Despite commencing the 2020 season with 3 consecutive top 7 results, Perez was then forced to not compete during a doubleheader feature at Silverstone Circuit due to testing positive for COVID-19. Once he returned, he recorded an average finishing result of 5.89 over his next 9 Grand Prix starts, and during the stretch, he recorded points throughout his 9 starts and tied his career best result of 2nd place during the Turkish Grand Prix. This vaulted Perez up to 4th place in the driver's standings. Amid the on-track success, however, Perez was already given the news that was revealed on September 9th, where he was set to be replaced by 4-time Formula One world champion Sebastian Vettel at Racing Point, that was set to be rebranded as Aston Martin for the 2021 season. Nevertheless, Perez was determined to conclude the 2020 season on a strong note that could enable him to achieve a racing seat for the following season. During the first of a doubleheader feature at Bahrain International Circuit, Perez was racing in 3rd place in the closing laps when his engine expired and he was forced to retire in 18th place. Determined to redeem himself during the second event at Bahrain for the Sakhir Grand Prix, Perez, who started in 5th place, nearly had his latest event end at a sour note for a 2nd consecutive time when he was involved in a multi-car wreck on the opening lap. The incident was due to Charles Leclerc colliding and sending Perez for a spin, while both Leclerc and Max Verstappen wrecked against one another. While both Leclerc and Verstappen were eliminated from further contention, Perez was able to continue. Restarting in 18th place as the event restarted under green on the 6th lap, Perez began to methodically march his way back to the front. By lap 20, he reached the top 10 mark, and by lap 30, he navigated his way back into the top 5 mark. As various pit strategies ensued within the field, Perez, who opted to not yet pit, moved up to 3rd place by lap 43. Perez then pitted on lap 48 and dropped to 9th place in the running order, but it took him until lap 57 for him to navigate his way back into 3rd place. Then, during a virtual safety car cautious period on lap 63, a turning point occurred for the Mercedes team, led by their drivers George Russell and Valtteri Bottas, both of whom had dominated the event. The event occurred as both pitted simultaneously, a decision that was deemed a mistake due to a radio miscommunication issue. During the pit services, the Mercedes crew inserted the wrong front set of tires on Russell's entry that was meant for Bottas, as Bottas was parked for an extensive time on pit road before he received his tires. Shortly after, Russell was then forced to surrender the lead to pit for his own set of front tires, and as a result, Perez cycled into the lead while Bottas and Russell dropped to 4th and 5th in the running order. With the lead in his possession, Perez led the field to the restart under green flag on lap 68, and over the next 10 laps, Perez maintained the lead despite having George Russell rocketing his way up to second place and slowly reeling in on Perez for the lead. Then, on lap 78, Russell's late comeback evaporated when he was forced to pit under green due to a left rear tire puncture. This dropped Russell to ninth place in a running order, while Perez had his lead extended to more than 7 seconds over Esteban Ocon. With Ocon nor the rest of the field unable to reel in nor erase Perez's large advantage for the remainder of the event, Perez proceeded to claim his first Grand Prix victory by more than 10 seconds over Ocon, as the event concluded on lap 87. With the victory, Perez set the record for the longest start streak before a first Formula One victory at 190 starts. He also became the 110th competitor to win in Formula One and the first Mexican competitor to win a Grand Prix event since Pedro Rodriguez achieved the previous feat during the 1970 Belgian Grand Prix. Perez's victory was not only a memorable moment for the driver himself, but for his team Racing Point, as teammate Lance Stroll finished in third place, thus placing both of the Racing Point competitors on a Formula One podium for the first time ever. Despite retiring in 20th place during the season finale Abu Dhabi Grand Prix due to a power unit issue, Perez capped off his final season racing with Racing Point in 4th place in the driver's standings with 125 points, and he contributed to the team finishing in 4th place in the team constructor standings. When initially believed that Perez would still end up without a ride for the 2021 season following his first Grand Prix victory, everything then changed on December 18th when Red Bull Racing signed Perez to replace Alex Albon and for Perez to compete alongside Max Verstappen for the 2021 F1 season. As a Red Bull Racing competitor from 2021 to 2024, Perez recorded a total of 5 Grand Prix victories, including the prestigious Monaco Grand Prix in 2022. By tallying his win column to 6th, Perez became the most successful Mexican competitor in Formula One competition. Perez also recorded a total of 29 podiums, 3 poles, 341 laps led, 932 points, and a career-best runner-up result in the 2023 championship standings. During the 2022 and 2023 seasons, he, along with his teammate and 4-time champion Max Verstappen, contributed to Red Bull Racing achieving the Team Constructors Championships. At the conclusion of the 2024 season, however, Perez was replaced by Liam Lawson. The news, which was made public on December 19th and also occurred more than 6 months after Perez had initially signed a 2-year extension to remain at Red Bull, occurred as Perez had only registered 4 podiums and settled in 8th place in the 2024 standings with no victories. And with no rides available for the 2025 season, Perez was left on the sidelines and he did not compete in any Grand Prix events. But come the 2026 season, Perez is set for a comeback as he will compete for the newly formed Cadillac Formula One team. He will partner with 10-time Grand Prix race winner Valtteri Bottas, the latter of whom is also making a comeback in F1 after being absent throughout the 2025 season. Entering the 2026 season, the Cadillac team will mark Perez's 6th different team to whom the latter will compete for in Formula One competition. The 2026 season is also scheduled to mark Perez's 15th season as a Formula One competitor. How will Sergio Perez's comeback in Formula One competition fare with the newly formed Cadillac Formula One team and amid a 1-year absence? There is one way to find out. Tune in to the 2026 Formula One World Championship season that is scheduled to commence on March 8th at Albert Park Circuit in Melbourne, Australia for the Australian Grand Prix. That's all for this episode. Have a great rest of your day and see you on the next episode of Retro Motor Vibes.